All rise. He's Mark Skol Jr.
And he's Jamal Spencer. Sports Court is in session.
Welcome to another edition of Sports Court. This week we're talking about the Heisman Trophy. Does the Heisman Trophy voting process need to be changed? 4 finalists have been named. None of them are Michigan running back Blake Corum. The biggest issue, though, Georgia quarterback Stetson Bennett somehow is a Heisman finalist. I think that's because Georgia's doing so well and people think he might be the best player on that team. He's not. He's not the best quarterback in the SEC, let alone one of the best quarterbacks in the country, let alone one of the best players in the country. Stetson Bennett has no reason being a Heisman finalist this year, and I think you could have picked a myriad of people to replace him, but the fact that he got named a finalist in the first place lets you know that we need Heisman reform right now.
We definitely need reform, Jamal, but I will have to say, the quarterback is the most important position in sports. Stetson Bennett's he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's a Heisman candidate-worthy quarterback, but you can't say that he hasn't made a difference. You can't.
I can. I mean, I can say he hasn't made a difference. He hasn't been a difference maker. Here's a great example. So we can talk about J.J. McCarthy and Cade McNamara. I think everybody can see the difference between those two quarterbacks. I was dead wrong. I wanted Cade McNamara. J.J. McCarthy got the job. He has been a much better quarterback, much more dynamic, especially in the last 2 games, the Big Ten championship game and the big win over Ohio State. When you got a quarterback that can make all the throws, he really elevates everybody on the team. Stetson Bennett doesn't have to do much. He just has to not turn the ball over, and Georgia's going to beat everybody seemingly by 20 points. I'm not saying he hasn't made an impact like he's a scrub. I'm not going to go that far. But he is not a game-breaking player who anybody would confuse with the most outstanding player in college football, and that's what the Heisman's supposed to represent.
What's interesting about it recently is that it's changed from really the most exciting player in college football when we saw with Johnny Manziel, Lamar Jackson, to the quarterback on the best team. You play to win the game. That's what Herm Edwards said. And Stetson Bennett, he won the national championship last year. Looks like he might have a good chance of doing it again.
I think it's between Caleb Williams at USC and C.J. Stroud at Ohio State. But what's your verdict? Go to Facebook and tell us what we got wrong.
You had plenty to say last week talking Michigan football rankings with a unanimous decision that number 2 is the right place.
Kyle was encouraging. Keep them number 2. That's how they'll chase that national championship.
I think they'll be excited to play TCU as opposed to Ohio State. Brian didn't want to rock the boat until the champions lose. They should always remain number 1. Look what happened to Tennessee when they were foolishly put number 1.
And Adam had a harsher view. Georgia is going to make them look like a high school team. Well, Michigan's got to get past TCU, and Georgia's got to get past Ohio State before those 2 teams can play again.
Finally, frequent sports court juror Dave had some confidence. Michigan at number 2 is fair. If they're good enough, they'll end the year at number 1.
And if you join us again next week, you'll be number 1 in our hearts. But for now, Sports Court is adjourned.